Welcome back. So we do have that vice presidential debate tomorrow night. All in all, fewer than 40 days between now and Election Day. And to see what may happen, at least looking at the current polls before you head to the polls, let's bring in renowned pollster John Zogby, the senior partner at John Zogby Strategies. He's also the author of the book, We Are Many, We Are One: Neo-Tribes and Tribal Analytics in 21st Century America. And as his wont and practice, he Skypes in tonight from Utica, New York. So, John, we appreciate the time. And after last week's debate, you predicted that the polls would not move that radically, and that pretty much seems to be the case. The tracking poll in the LA Times has Mr. Trump with a 5-point lead over Mrs. Clinton. Fox News and Rasmussen reports have an identical 43-40 assessment, with Hillary in front by those 3 points, and the Real Clear Politics average likewise has Hillary up 43-41, +2 for Mrs. Clinton. Has anything transpired that you believe will shake up those numbers in any way, shape, fashion, or form over the next couple of days?
Short answer is no. Longer answer is we have the Julian Assange primary coming up, and we'll just have to see. He canceled a news conference, WikiLeaks that is, for tomorrow because of security concerns, but apparently has, I'm assuming, has a lot of information, and probably not helpful information to Hillary Clinton. But we'll have to see. Does he get to release the information, and is it the blockbuster that he suggests it might be? Other than that, I think we just sail along. And a comment about Donald Trump. I think that the entire incident with Alicia Machado, just kind of played both ways. Those who already hated Donald Trump or were inclined towards possibly hating Donald Trump, certainly weren't impressed. On the other hand, it's for his supporters, of those who really just detest Hillary Clinton, real questions about whether Ms. Machado was actually, an endearing sort of character in the first place.
So we've had all that. It's over and done with, apparently, but there is something new out there, although it's getting scant attention from the alphabet networks, and it's what I'm calling Mrs. Clinton's Mitt moment. Remember Mitt Romney and his 47%, that hidden audio tape? Yeah. Well, there's a new tape out there, Hillary Clinton talking about Bernie Sanders supporters, a group that wasn't fond of Mrs. Clinton, wasn't fond of her. They might make fun of her. But they didn't like her much during those primaries with Bernie. Now that this audio tape maligning millennials is out, might we see them move to Trump, or more likely to a Gary Johnson or a Jill Stein? Maybe to a Gary Johnson or Jill Stein. Millennials just don't like Hillary Clinton, but I'm not so sure that there was the kind of meat in this off-the-record comment that you got from Mitt. Mitt talked about the 47%. There was an attitude that was there, clearly, about people who were taking advantage of the system. I don't know. I listened over and over again and read the transcript over and over again about what Hillary said. And to be very fair with you, I think she was making an observation that many have made about millennials in the post-recession world. And I'm not so sure that what she was doing was actually disparaging them the way that Mitt's comments were arguably disparaging. Yeah, I guess it just has to do with self-image, John, for those millennials, hearing that they're baristas who live in their parents' basement. While it might be true for some, it's not true for all, and it might change that a little bit. But
always, they don't like her anyway. So let me be honest there. And what the recent polls are showing is that she's polling at about 30 points less among millennials than Barack Obama did, and that in fact Gary Johnson is scoring in the high 20s thus far, Jill Stein at 15. Now, if you're looking at over 40% of millennials supporting third-party candidates, that's going to be very troubling for her.
And it is something we will continue to follow. We'll leave it there for tonight. John Zogby, Skyping in from Utica, New York. John, thanks very much.